everyone, it is Spore here. I'm here with my kid Delph, Darren Paisley, and we are here to make the long-awaited Doll North 2018 video. I haven't updated in ages, and I am just lazy and hadn't been doing many doll things, but obviously every year I come back and I do the Doll North stuff and it inspires me. So I'm finally going to make an update video on that, even though it's a little bit late. It was a couple weeks ago now. But as always, it was a fantastic event, and I'm just going to update you on all of the things that I did, and the things that I did with my friends, and all of the Doll North events, and what I thought of them. So we'll start with Friday. On Friday was the first day of Doll North, obviously, and I dropped off my masquerade entry and photo entry right away. So this year's theme was candy. Most of the games and contests had to do with candy. So the theme for the photo contest was like a scene with your dolls indulging in candy. And the theme for the masquerade was a candy themed outfit. So obviously I've been lazy and I haven't taken Paisley out of her outfit, but she was my masquerade doll, and she is wearing a peppermint themed outfit that I created. So here she is. I'm also going to insert a really short video of some of the masquerade entries. They were wonderful this year. I took the video on Saturday, and I noticed by the end, when the masquerade announcements were happening, that I hadn't seen all of the dolls, so they're not all in the video. Some must have gotten dropped off later on Saturday or early Sunday. But I will insert a little video of the dolls that I did see there, and you'll be able to see that the competition was extremely stiff this year. After I dropped off my entries, I was able to go and do the face-up challenge. Now, if you know me, you might know that face-ups are not my forte. And so basically the face-up challenge is my one face-up that I do per year, just for fun. And because I can use all of the supplies from the Doll North room, it's just kind of fun to give it a try. So here's my head from this year, my poor Kid Delph event head that I torture each year with a terrible face up. So I was going for like a fawn theme this year. I gave him like a branch, and I don't know, got lost somewhere in there, and then I started trying to use white acrylic paint and it was all chunky. So yeah, just ignore that. Yeah, not great, not a winner. That's fine. I did my best. So that took up a little bit of time. It was really fun. And I finished in time for Name That Sculpt, which is the yearly sculpt naming challenge, as the name suggests. I am traditionally very poor at naming companies and sculpts. I am a very specific collector, so I only know a few companies. I managed to make it into the first round. I believe I got 0 points. They took pity on me and had me in round 2. And I actually did really well in round 2 for some reason. I got a lot of points and made it into the final round, which I then got 0 points in again. So yeah, not a winner. Somehow made it to 4th place. I don't know. 4th place with 0 points. After that was the second annual BJD Tea Party, which I really liked the way that they organized it this year. There was, instead of cookies, they had candy, and also tea sandwiches and different types of tea. So it was really great to be able to eat something at the con, since usually I don't eat anything all day. So it was nice to be able to eat something, and they had the guests. This year they were Coco Riang and Angel Toast and Azurio. And they came around to each of the tables while we were having some tea and snacks and had a chat with us. And they were so nice. The Coco Riang staff was like the sweetest people. I basically just gave them a bunch of compliments. They brought a bunch of their tinies and we could play with them at the table. And they were really, really sweet. I think that they were a really good choice. And a lot of people bought their dolls in the market the next day. So that was really nice. And it was cool to meet Angel Toast. I brought my doll that I had assumed was an Angel Toast face-up. When I purchased it secondhand on the marketplace, they had said it was an Angel Toast face-up. But I was really surprised to kind of find out how commercial Angel Toast kind of is as a brand at this point. Like, she doesn't recognize some of her own work. I think she does so many face-ups that it's kind of like almost face up and then send off and then forget about it type of thing. So that was kind of weird to me, like that she didn't recognize some of her own face-ups or remember. But I guess that's what happens when you become a crazy popular business with your face-ups. So that was all right. So that was all of Friday. After that, I went and met my husband in the main con and did a little bit of shopping and kept missing him and went back to the hotel room. I did not make many purchases this year, which was good because when I came back, I bought a whole bunch of doll stuff, which I will talk about in another video if I decide to make one. All right, so let's talk about Saturday. Saturday started with the doll market. This year's major seller in the doll market was the Eileen Doll Plapicos. So they are a model kit that you can get in 4 different colors of the Pico Dragons, and you build it and then paint it, and they're made out of a cheaper plastic in a model kit type of packaging, so that you can get the dragons and customize them without having to spend the full money of a resin doll, which is super cool. So I purchased one in gray. I'll just show you the box. So here's what the box looks like. They're really cute. I have not started doing anything with my gray dragon yet, my ashes. But I did paint a purple one at the workshop. So this is this guy, which I'll talk about for Sunday. Because that wasn't until Sunday. We're talking about Saturday. So yeah, Saturday doll market. I just bought the ashes, and I also had one of my friends graciously take my secondhand clothing and doll things I wanted to get rid of and sell it at her market table. And I was really, really happy and surprised that most of it sold. So I ended up actually making more money than I spent at the convention from that sales. And that was wonderful. I loved it. Other activities from Saturday, I did play The Price is Right, which was a game from last year, and it's just gotten, I think it's actually maybe the 3rd year it ran. Yeah, the 3rd year. And it's just gotten better. I did not make it into any of the mini games this year, but that was fine. It's really fun to watch, and just overall really good games, and very accurate to the show, so fantastic, and with doll items which we actually know the price of. Then we had our yearly Project Runway. So Project Runway runs every year, and it is a game where you're given mystery materials and you have an hour to make an outfit for your doll. So this year the materials were, along with the theme of the con, candy. We were all given a hot glue gun, a piece of like gray packing paper, or not gray, brown packing paper, and bowls of candy to share at a table, and we had 1 hour to make some sort of an outfit with that. So mine was an epic fail this year. My inspiration was a candy cane, and I wanted to use it like a staff for Little Bo Peep. And then I wanted to make like a little sheep to go with her, and they looked just horrendous. I'll insert a picture here. I did not get photos of other entries this year, but many were much better than mine and well-deserved winners. So yeah, it was fun anyway, and a challenge to get off of the doll once it was covered in all of that hot glue. After that, there was Doll Family Feud, which was the first year it ran, and to be honest, it was a little bit of a disaster. It didn't follow the rules of Family Feud, and just it needs some tweaking for next year if it runs again. I'd be happy to provide feedback on that because it was fun. It was still fun, and I got to be, but I think I wouldn't have had as much fun if I didn't get to be in the family. My name was picked for one of the families. But I think that it could have been better run. But the questions were excellent and really good answers. It was just the format of the game needed some tweaking. So my family did end up winning, and I got a little mini prize, which was really nice. So hopefully that runs again next year with a few tweaks. After that, the last thing of the day was the swap meet, which was insane. I had spent some time in between that at the dealer's room, and when I came back for the swap meet, I was a little late, and when I got there, there was a million people, stuff was everywhere, it was very hot, and I had already sold happily most of my stuff earlier in the day, so I kind of just popped in, made a couple of little trades with my friends from their stuff on their tables, and then I pieced out because I didn't have a lot of stuff to trade and I wasn't really looking for anything. So hopefully other people who were looking for trades and looking to sell some of their merch quickly were able to do that. I just found it a little too stuffy and a little too chaotic, and I didn't really have any reason to be there. So I took off and just spent some time with friends in the hotel room. All right, so the final day was Sunday, and I started that with the Plapico workshop. So it was a workshop time where you received the purple Plapico, which is this box, and we're given time to put it together and paint it all up. So that's where I said I painted this guy. I had painted one with my friend earlier, which is a white one, and she still has it with her. She was using it as a display at the table. But this is the guy that I made at the workshop. I was taking advantage of the fact that I could use some like fancy paints and a lot of these little jewels. So I kind of went overboard with them. But you can see that this doll is really adorable. They do have strung arms, so they're really good at posing, but the rest is all just snapped in together. There's a little bit of limited mobility with the legs, and the head can turn. It also easily comes right off. And the face plate can come off. I find it a little bit difficult to pull it off though, so I'm not going to do that for you. And then eyes can be inserted here, as well as two different jaws. So some of the models have an open mouth and a closed mouth, and I believe this model only has the closed mouth. And then you can insert your own eyes here. They come with these little eye decals, which I just used temporarily, but you do need a pair of flat back eyes to go in here. I have a friend who modded hers and cut some pieces out so that some eyes with stems could fit in, but generally you need to do some modding for that. They would need to be a pair of flat back eyes, which I haven't had a chance to get yet. So this is what this little guy is looking like for now. So yeah, that was really fun. And I woke up early to do that on Sunday morning, so I was a little bit out of it, but it was good, and I had all my stuff packed up, so I was ready to go. Then I went over to the BJD Jeopardy. It was the first year that this was run as well, and the questions were really reasonable. I found that most of the contestants could answer them quickly, so it was kind of a fight over the answers, which was nice. And I was able to participate in the game, so I really liked that. However, it was only one round, and then a final Jeopardy. I think that for next year, 2 rounds would be better, because it only ended up taking half of the time that was allotted. So there is time for 2 rounds, like a full actual episode of Jeopardy, I think could be very doable and super fun. So I hope that that continues next year with just a few more questions. And I did happen to be the winner of BJD Jeopardy. I was not winning until Final Jeopardy, where I used my wager to make it to the top, and there was actually a bit of a mix-up, which was a bit awkward. Myself and another contestant were actually tied at the end of Final Jeopardy, so I accepted my prize, didn't realize because she was kind of sitting across the room and I didn't have access to her score. So I took the prize, and then we kind of figured out that she also needed a prize. So thankfully they were able to get one for her as well, because I was not feeling very good about that. So thankfully it worked out, and she was also able to receive a prize and recognition for that. So yeah, then to finally finish off Doll North for the weekend is the masquerade and contest announcements and the raffle prizes. So like I said, my masquerade entry was not the best of the year this year. The judging kind of changed for this year, where there was just best in category and honorable mention type things. So I did not place in the masquerade. However, I did get kind of an honorable mention runner-up prize for my photo, which was like a medium okay photo. So I was kind of proud of that. That was okay. And other contests were announced, like the doll twinning contest, which was really fun this year. A new addition was to dress up in a similar way to your doll and then take a photo in the Doll North photo booth and post it on Instagram. And so some winners were chosen from that, and they were really well done. I did enter. Mine was not the best, but the two winners really did deserve it. And finally was finished off with the charity raffle. There were a lot of lovely dolls this year. I put in for a Switch doll that was donated. There was a tiny little penguin guy that I put in for. Most of my tickets went into the Lucky Box, which is just a drawing of a bunch of mismatched items. And I was fortunate enough to win the second to last prize from Lucky Box, which was this like sailor captain uniform from Code Noir. It's an MSD sized outfit. I'm not sure if I'll use it. It's actually called Blue Sexy Marine. So she does not have a shirt underneath her coat. My husband will like this. It was quite... wow, it's crossed out as being $537 or something on here. What the heck? Something has gone wrong in the printing of this sticker here. Anyway, I got this Blue Sexy Marine outfit from Code Noir. So I'm not sure what I will do with it, but if my husband ever gets a doll, I'm sure he would use this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. After that, it was time to go home. Very sad. Another year up. And such a lovely time. Every year, Doll North is just the highlight of my year. And it really gets me back into dolls. And it leads me to go home and spend a ton of money on things that I've become inspired by. So, so I ended up going home and dumping a bunch of money into Peaks Woods, which is fine. So one day that order will come in. I was already planning to buy it before I went anyway, which is part of why I didn't spend any money at the con. So yeah, in conclusion, Doll North, awesome, great year, wonderful time, great staff, fantastic other attendees. And if you have never had a chance to go and you live anywhere near or anywhere far from Toronto, Ontario, it is a fantastic time and you will not regret coming if you are a doll collector. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm hoping to post a couple more videos coming up soon, just updating on things that have been going on, new things in the hobby. I've really just fallen off the doll collecting scene for a while and have been collecting some other stuff. So I might update on that, but I will be trying to catch up on a few videos. So thank you so much for watching, and if you're still subscribed to me, I really appreciate it. And I will be seeing you again soon. Thank you. Bye.